Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whichever location you are watching me from. I am Dunzo Laurel of Dunzo Laurel Accountancy Tutorial. Today we'll be looking at General Journal and posting to the ledger accounts. This is a follow-up from our last tutorial which covers double entry bookkeeping. And let's recap. We briefly explained the balance sheet and its components in our last tutorial. We also explained the fundamental accounting equation and the need for accurate bookkeeping. Today, we will complete the general journal and update ledger accounts from journal entries. That's from our double entry bookkeeping. I have actually brought out some exercise for us to practice. We call it practice exercise A. You will need to complete the journal entry for the following transactions, showing the appropriate accounts with the correct amount to be debited or credited. Please ignore VAT except where indicated. And also from this slide here, I've posted some of entry just to assist you, to carry on with the rest. So, for instance, the first one here, which is dated 1st of July 2024, and we've numbered it or coded it N0001, and the transaction is to do with payments by Jones on 1st of July 2024 of 25,000 from his savings account to the business account. So the account items that relates to these particular transactions are bank accounts and capital accounts. So the account that is given will be credited and those receiving will be debited. I always like to start with the debit account. In this case, the bank account is receiving, so we have to debit the bank account with £25,000 and credit the Jones capital account with £25,000. So the double entry has been posted, the debit and credit, so both side balance. In case we need to post them to the ledger account, we will tick at the column here. I will show you. You will tick here to show you've done that, and tick here to show you've created the capital account. So the ledgers have been posted. Otherwise, you might omit some items and your account or trial balance will not balance. So the next one again is to do with purchase of furniture by Jones on the same date. So we number that code N002. Okay. Here again, accounts will be debited, accounts will be credited. So we debit the account receiving and credit the account given. From here again, we can see that the bank account is given and then the furniture account is receiving. You can see that there's a VAT element in this particular transaction. So the total amount paid of 540 is the gross amount. So we need to debit the furniture account with the net value, which is 450, and debit VAT, the relevant VAT amount, which is £90. Then carry on from there and tell me which account will be credited. So this exercise, complete it, and at the end of halfway through the tutorial, I will show you the solution to these journal entries. Good luck. These are the following exercise. I assume you're doing that. You can pause the video at this point and try to complete the journal entries. All right. Let's assume we've done that. The next slide will show the solution to the journal entries. Go through them at your time and understand which accounts have been debited and which account has been credited. Remember to make sure you put the right dates going through the transaction, because the dates The details are in the transaction, so you make sure you put the right date at the right date column and give it the required code number, and then post the necessary entry. So this is a solution to the halfway part of this exercise, and the next slide is the continuation of the solution. If you got them right, well done. You are almost becoming an accountant or a very good accounts clerk, whichever one you want to do. This is how to do it. Practice makes perfect. Now, having completed this journal entries, general journal, you will need to post them to the ledger accounts. So the next question here, which is the next slide, is relating to the ledger accounts. Post all the journal from the general journal from the previous slides to the appropriate ledger. We call them T accounts. And again, I will pause, or you can pause the recording and try to see if you can put them to the right accounts from the general journal. These are the relevant accounts pertaining to those questions. We have the bank account affected, the capital accounts, the furniture accounts, VAT accounts. Next slide, we show the purchase accounts, sales accounts, receivable accounts. Here we noted it as Kennex because every customer will have their own accounts, so I can monitor them, their debit balances. At the end of the day, all the customers, the receivables, will be posted in the receivable account. For control purposes, every customer will have their own individual accounts. That's from where you can do your credit control and change them for your debits or the amount they are owing you. Now there's a carriage inward account there where you have to pay for carriages for your purchases. I hope you know what to do when there's charges on the delivery for your purchases. Now this is a solution. Look at it and see if you've done them right. All the accounts receiving are debited and those given are credited. The area highlighted yellow here is the balancing section. To balance your ledger accounts, you first of all have to add all the debits on the debit side and have a memo which I've hidden here. There's a memo here which I've hidden away from you. You can do it yourself and put it down somewhere here. I add all this together as well. There's a hidden total here for the items here outside the yellow box. You can add them and put them on the right hand side here. And you compare this credit side and the debit side. The difference is the balance. You have to add the difference to balance the two sides. So the two sides must be 75,000, 75,000. From your memo, you will notice that this side is 75, which is here, and this side is less than 75. That's why we have to add 2,400 to make it up to 75,000. Okay. So this balancing figure, called the balance carry forward, will come to the other side and called balance brought forward. This is the balance of the accounts at the end of the period that will be extracted to the trial balance. So do that for every account, balancing each side and putting difference where they are in here called balance carry forward, and that balance carry forward will come to the other side and then balance brought forward. So the balance for this furniture account is a debit balance of 450. This is what will be extracted to the trial balance. And for the capital account, you can see that the total should be 75 each side, but this side is 0, so you have to balance it to 75,000, which will now be brought to this side, the other side of the account, T account, and called balance brought forward. So the capital account here is a credit balance of £75,000. So go through the whole trial balance and making sure you follow this procedure and get the balance carried forward to the brought forward to the bottom of each T account. Next slide will show you the other accounts. It has been done the same way as the other accounts have been done. If you've gotten this far, you have done well. Okay. And in our next tutorial, we'll be extracting the trial balance, all the balances in the T account, and it's from this T trial balance that the financial statements are prepared from. You will have what we call unadjusted trial balance, which is the trial balance which has not taken account of other adjustments that might be thrown to you by the management. It is those adjustments from the management or kind of adjustment necessary to complete the account that will now make the trial balance, unadjusted trial balance, to become the adjusted trial balance. It is from the adjusted trial balance that we now prepare the financial statements. Now, if you have enjoyed this particular tutorial, please go and click the subscribe button now and give us a thumbs up, a like. And then please don't forget to share this with your colleagues so that we all continue to learn. And by doing so, subscribing, you'll be encouraging us to keep posting similar tutorials for our consumption. Thank you and see you in my next tutorial. Bye for now.